What's going on, my trainer club? Today we have the Genesect Shock Drive counter guide in Pokemon Go to make sure you guys know everything going on with it. So with all that said, let's jump right in. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how do you guys feel about Genesect Shock Drive in Pokemon Go that is making its debut into raids as of next? Yes, it is the next Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to be taking over on January 15th at 10 a.m. And it's going to go all the way till January 24th at 10 a.m., which then is going to be the next raid boss. And there are going to be 4 total drives for Genesect, so we are almost there. The next one we have left is going to be the Chill Drive, and then we are going to be hopefully moving on from Genesect. Hopefully when they bring this back, all of the drives will come back at the exact same time with the shiny form. This is what I was talking about when I talk about how the form change from the Furfrou will hopefully take over for the Arceus spot in yesterday's video. If you do want to check out that video up here about the signature legacy moves that are not on mythical Pokemon in the game yet, it's a lot of fun, but hopefully they will do the same thing as Furfrou for the Arceus. Although Arceus has a bunch of different forms, it would be quite tedious to raid through each and every one and then have these shinies come back. I think we would all literally be like, flick them away. We don't want any of those raids coming to Pokemon Go because that's just way too many of the same Pokemon, and then it loses its excitement. So Genesect is going to be a bug and a steel type Pokemon. It's going to max out at 3,791 at level 50, and since it is bug and steel, it does create quite a bit of resistances, and this is going to make it double weak to fire alone. That is the only weakness that it is going to have in Pokemon Go, is the double weakness to fire. So guess what counters we're going to be using in Pokemon Go? Fire counters. And as far as its resistances go, it's going to be double resistant to grass, double resistant to poison, single resistant to bug, dragon, fairy, ice, normal, psychic, as well as steel. So obviously those are not going to be good Pokemon to use against this Pokemon. Remember, all about fire, which then is going to lead us into the 100% IVs. Under normal conditions, every condition but 2 conditions, it is going to be caught at level 20 100% at 1916. And then when it does get boosted in 2 conditions, which are going to be rainy weather for the bug, steel type, it's going to get boosted in the snowy weather, it's going to get boosted to level 25 at 2395. And as far as the moveset goes, it's going to get Fury Cutter and Metal Claw. Both moves are going to be stab boosted. It doesn't really matter too much because fire is actually going to resist both bug and steel, so that's quite cool. And as far as the charge moves, it is going to get Zap Cannon, X Scissor, and Magnet Bomb. And I'm just going to put an asterisk here real quick for everybody out there. If this Pokemon does not have Zap Cannon, I will put it in the pinned comments below, but as of right now, I do know it to have Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon is going to be strong against flying type Pokemon, so the Mega Charizard, which obviously you guys can probably guess will be one of the top counters, will be affected because of the flying and the electric not playing very well together. And as far as level 40 Pokemon, it's going to take 1.32 trainers to take down this Pokemon, so it is a very easy duo with fire forms. And then if we take our counters to level 50, it's going to be 1.25 trainers. So if you guys do want to see the solo on the Genesect, you can check it out up here. It is doable, it is very challenging, and it comes right down to the wire, and it has to be the most ideal situation ever. So I just want to point that out for everybody out there that is going to be hunting a Genesect solo. So with all that said, now let's move into the top counters with the shadow form. So guys, as far as the shadow forms go, I think you guys do know what's going to be in the top spots and what are going to be some of the close ones, because we have talked about in some of the best videos. Shadow Entei is going to be in the number 3 spot with Fire Fang and Overheat. It is the first non-mega Pokemon that is going to be prevailing. So with all of your Shadow Enteis, which I do have mine at level 40, fortunately is going to be a 96% IV I will be populating my party with. And then we also have Shadow Arcanine with Fire Fang and Flamethrower, which then is going to lead us into the non-shadows. First counter is going to be Mega Charizard Y with Fire Spin and Blast Burn. Blast Burn is the Calm Day move on this Pokemon. It's going to take 319 seconds to take down this Pokemon with 9 deaths. So using Mega Charizard is going to be very effective against this Pokemon, and it's actually quite fun to fight this Pokemon, especially on raid hour with a lot of Mega Charizards and Fire Shadow counters, which then leads us to counter spot number 2, which is going to be Mega Charizard X. Obviously, if you have the Y form, you will fight it, but I am going to point out that the Y form is going to be the best form, but the X form is a dragon combination, so it is not going to be weak to the Zap Cannon. So it is not weak to the electric move, so I just want to make you guys aware of that. And then we have Reshiram coming in the first non-mega spot. Very effective Pokemon, followed by another mega, which is going to be Mega Houndoom. Once again, this one is not going to be weak to the electricity with Fire Fang and Flamethrower, which then takes us into the Fire Darmanitan with Fire Fang and Overheat. And then next, we have the Chandelure with Fire Spin and Overheat. 14 deaths on the Darmanitan, 13 deaths on the Chandelure. And then next, we have Fire Spin and Blast Burn on the Blaziken, followed by the Heatran with the Fire Spin and the Flamethrower combination. 443 seconds to take it down with 9 deaths on that Heatran. And just remember, if this Pokemon does ever come out with a Shadow, if you want to see what the Shadow Heatran might do in Pokemon Go, please check out the video out here. It's going to be a pretty good Pokemon, bumping up its stats and making it a little bit more powerful as a fire type attacker. And then next, we have Fire Spin and Overheat on the Moltres. 13 deaths on this Pokemon. And some of you guys may be wondering, where is the Shadow Moltres? Because of the electricity on this Pokemon and it being Shadow, being a little bit more weak, it's probably not the best counter to be able to use. It's going to take it down quite fast and it won't be able to do the optimal range of DPS that we want it to. That's why we analyze DPS times TDO to get the average there, especially when they do come down quite fast. And then we have Emboar with Ember and Blast Burn, followed by Entei with Fire Fang and Blast Burn, followed by the Flareon with Fire Spin and Overheat. And then we have Infernape with Fire Spin and Blast Burn, as well as the Typhlosion with Incinerate and Blast Burn. And if you guys want to keep going down on the list, you can pause over here and check out these counters, but I would say stay to the top. It's the most effective way to keep your Pokemon taking down Genesect fast as possible and keep the most balls in your ball count to catch as many as possible, which is then going to lead us into the weather conditions. As far as the weather conditions go, sunny weather is obviously going to be the best weather condition for us because it's going to boost all of our fire type counters, which is the only counters that we're going to be using against the Genesect. So sunny weather, best case scenario for us. As far as the other conditions, we're going to have rainy weather and snowy weather, which are going to boost Genesect and boost for rainy weather all of the bug type counters, and for snowy weather all of the steel type counter moves. And then also in the rainy weather, we're going to get a boost to the Zap Cannon. So using the Flying Fire combination in rainy weather is an absolute no-go. Stay away from that. So what would I say the optimal party setup is going to be? I would say obviously the Mega Charizard Y is going to be best, even with an electric move on it. But if you want to play it a little bit safer, you can go Mega Charizard X and resist that electricity, and that thing's going to be a beast standing in there. Even though they are projected to be about the exact same deaths at 9 death count and 65 seconds slower for the Mega Charizard X. So getting around that would be quite effective. And then obviously using any Shadow Entei would be great coming in the next spot. But then obviously Reshiram is a great another option for you guys. So I would say make sure, as always, to teeter off your Mega Charizards, but don't really go beyond the 2 spot because it's going to go down so fast. And if it's going down and you're not even getting away from your Mega Charizard Y, I would say just leave it everybody with Mega Charizard in the first spot, depending on what the party size is. I would say with 4 people and over, you're going to be using Mega Charizard in spot number 1, everybody. But if you're not Mega-ing, you can go ahead and use a Shadow Encounter spot number 1. But if you are on Mega and you're going under 4 people, I would say 3 people with Mega Charizard Y in spot number 1, and then 1 person in spot number 2 to cover any of the difference that is made up there. So with all that said, once again, the shiny is not out, unfortunately. This is just the Shock Drive. So I appreciate you guys being here, as always, to all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and rating all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.